Thank you for joining us on Voice of the People 90.3 903 FM. Basically, yes, where you actually have a voice. And interestingly, I must tell you that quite a lot has actually transpired across every sector today. You know how the evening rush go. We actually look at the hot topics across the landscape, and obviously we'll deliberate and have conversations on this hot topic, basically from the purview of the analysts, either joining us live in the studio or actually joining us virtually or via the telephone. However, today is Monday, so it's obviously live in the studio. My name is Esther Wachiku. We do this program audio visual. Okay, so you can join us on YouTube at VOP 903 FM. That is the YouTube channel for you to join us on. Follow our social media handles at VOP 903 FM on social media. That is on X, Facebook, and obviously Instagram. And then obviously we are on Radio Garden. All right, VOP, that's Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Well, Radio Garden. We are also on TuneIn, so you can actually enjoy the conversation on any of this platform. Follow me as well on Estiq Media at YouTube, ESTIQMEDIA. Subscribe. We have interesting conversations right there. One of the things we want to look into today is Nigeria's poor establishments, especially for education. The educational sector is actually hoodwinked at the moment. Only the rich can actually have access to proper, well-established educational institution, properly compiled. That is where they have all the laboratories and all the facilities to engineer and foster a healthy learning and conducive environment. Unfortunately, with our public schools, it's not like that. They're actually disenfranchised. It's very, very much so bad. You actually have a lot of vices going on in such schools. They lack basic facilities to go about their businesses. For example, some public schools, their restroom is nothing to write home about. The classrooms very dilapidated, no structure. Some of them actually do not have a conducive learning environment, and they're exposed to a lot of unhealthy vices. The morals angle for the children in some of these schools are actually very low. You see them getting involved in gang activities. You see them also getting involved in not properly getting themselves socially engaged, and then they have poor structured teaching platform. Some of their teachers are not well qualified. They're just there. Some of them do not know how to instill that decorum in the students. So it's all of this preparedness and proper possibilities in an educational system in these public institutions are lacking. And the question is, why is that not given a viable attention? So it means that for you to enjoy proper education, you must actually go to a well-expensive school. And that is why some students or some families right now have to do what you call partitioning. So because they don't have money, they ensure that one after the other. So you can see some siblings follow their parents to the market, while one of them, whom they consider will be the breadwinner of the home, will be taken to school, because some of these public facilities, some of these public institutions do not have the proper facilities. And the thing is, Nigeria's education sector is facing severe crisis, marked by issues like inadequate funding, poor infrastructure, a shortage of qualified teachers, high levels of learning poverty. Is so bad. It's chronically underfunded. Despite budgetary commitments, the education sector lacks resources. There is poor infrastructure and inadequate teaching materials. It's so sad. Which brings us to what the fulcrum is. So, for example, concerning what happened in the JAM situation, if you notice, over the years, there's been a decline in the scores of these students, and parents were wondering what is going on. Well, with the technical glitches, according to INEC, being experienced where they recently apologized, the Southeast is coming out to say that they've been hugely disenfranchised in almost all sectors. Some people are blaming the Southeasterners to always act like victims. But this time around, the Southeast Caucus of the House of Representatives, they are calling on the immediate resignation of the registrar, Ishak Oluyede. They are saying, for example, they termed that particular unfortunate scenario as catastrophic institutional failure in the conduct of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. The statement was released today. The leader of the caucus, Igariwe Enwo, expressed deep concerns about the widespread technical glitches that affected nearly 380,000 candidates. They went ahead to also say further that it has led many students to being asked to receive the exams, which the caucus described as a gross failure by the examination body. But others are saying this man apologized. Nobody is perfect. Is it a technical error or is it a human error? Well, if you know Alex Onya, one of the owners or spearheaders of Educare, he was on a Monitor television program today. He said he's been observing what has been going on with JAM, and he attributed the fact that the glitches were basically human error and some of the processes are outsourced. So the question is, what exactly does the body mean and what does the body encapsulate when it comes to conducting exams like this that is meant to be a futuristic deciding factor for most of the children in Nigeria on their next educational pursuit, especially in the higher institutions? We'll be looking into this evening. Is one very important thing that we're going to be considering before we go into other sectors like insecurity, as well as what is going on within our political climate. Barrister Ichie Professor Prophet Darlington is my analyst this evening in the studio. Barrister Darlington Agumo. Barrister Darlington, how are you?
I'm okay, sir. How are you?
Happy New Week.
Yeah, how was the weekend?
Fine, please come closer to the microphone.
Okay.
Barrister, it's a very interesting day. The situation with JAM has actually caused a conversation across board. I want you to quickly tell us, do you think that the Southeasterners are just acting as victims, always playing the victim role? Could it have been just a very honest mistake from the angle with JAM?
It wasn't a honest mistake. Because of what happened after.
What happened after?
And what people were saying on social media. You now discover that this thing is deliberate. You know, they have turned the Southeasterners as the whipping boy of Nigeria. The same way they made my uncle Sam Bakwe the whipping governor of Imo State in days of you. So every time they want to experiment something, they always use the Southeast, the Igbo man. They always use him. And you say he should not talk. Look, if you say we are playing the victim, please can you tell us why the outcry is undeserved? Why the outcry is like a crying wolf where there is no wolf? Everything we have said concerning us, go and check. It is 100% truth. 100%. So why should you now be pinching me? And you say I should not talk, I should not complain. Is that not what they want? That this is that happened now? Esther, I am telling you the truth. If nobody have raised alarm over this matter, they would have peppered it over. And say, don't worry, let's move on. Just wait for next year's jam. We'll correct all the mistakes. Is that not what usually happen? They will tell you, don't worry, time has passed now. We don't have time, let's move on. After all, it's only 1 year now. It doesn't matter. Next year, your children can take another jam. But because we raise hell on social media, remember that initially they denied.
Yes, the Minister of Education, Alausa, came out to say that they put in mechanisms that prevents cheating, and that's why the massive failure. But he has not come out to apologize for that statement.
Let me tell you why I think it's deliberate. Esther, please, at what point did the Northern region become more educationally advanced? That this thing did not affect any of them there. Did you see one Northern state mentioned in this glitch?
They said it was a catchment placement or something. That was how they did the configuration.
Yeah, you see.
So now, Lagos and Southeast, and that's why some areas in Lagos, some centers were affected.
Good. We now have to sit down at home and wait for the North, Abi. While they are moving up academically, they will wait at home because it is our fault. We are not in the same country together. We are not born the normal way like every other person, Abi. So what are you doing? You choose to carry terrorism as your own export, whatever. Is that my fault? Like these young youth that are killing people all over the place, are they not supposed to be in school? Esther, tell me the truth. Years, 10, 20 years down the line, the North will now discover that they are educationally disadvantaged. As if it is my fault.
But Barrister, a couple of institutions like University of Ilorin, they've come out to say, you know what, Professor Isha Koloyede is a standing example. He's true and fair. He has a clean mind. It's what leadership is all about. He owned up. No human being is perfect, so he should not be he should not be crucified.
No.
And that specifically some Southwesterners are saying, you know what, it's the first time it's happening. It's not the only, and the fact that he has admitted to it, so he should be considered. But if you look at how Senate climbs operate, when you are in charge of such a sensitive institution, such will I say, inadequacies or redundancy or irresponsibility is not accepted. In some instances, it doesn't even have to get to this massive alarming tendency. Even if something as little being experienced where it doesn't even affect people of a larger scale, they resign or they are sacked. So in this instance, we've not had the presidency say anything. Do you think there's a possibility that they would ask him to resign, being the fact that he's been there for 9 years?
No.
Or they would accept the fact that he has done the honorable thing by apologizing and crying publicly and accepting the fact that yes.
Look, if the cry and the apology can amend what he did wrong, I will say okay, but he didn't help matters because the children had to go and take the exam again.
Yes, they resat the exam.
Under a stressful condition. Even some people may not take that exam because of the closeness. Some people travel outside their state to go and do that exam, maybe in an uncold place or whatever.
I don't know how verified this information is, but I heard that somewhere in the East, 15 students along with some guardian, they could not pick their calls. They were calling them, but they were not responding. They left very, very early. They haven't gotten to their destination or their, centers, and so nobody could hear anything from them. No, but I don't know right now if they've been able to resolve that.
It's not possible. I told you there will be a lot of things that cannot add up here because of the suddenness, the closeness. My son took his own today. I have not even heard from him. Maybe when I get home. The last batch, according to them, is today, Monday, 19th. So you mean after today, they will now be looking for another people who failed to show up or whatever for a continuation of the exam? All these things shouldn't happen. Oloyede should resign. He's not the only person here. Like I told you, he read Islamic studies. He's not an academic. He may not know these things as he claimed. A professor of Islamic studies, what does he know about education? Tell me, what does he know? He's not qualified for that office now. He doesn't know what he's doing. All along, people have been doing this job for him and they have been taking credit. Now that he took over, look at the result. Because a well-academic technician, a well-academic professor will know all the nitty-gritty on how these things work out. You cannot assault something because you don't know it. A man who is well grounded in these things should have known his own laws. He will know when something is about to go wrong and arrest it. Oloyo sat down somewhere, and I'm sure he gave his fellow Islamic scholars this assignment. And look at how they had to bungle the assignment in the southeast.
I don't understand.
Not in Kwara.
You gave his fellow.
Yes, Islamic studies students. Yes, now.
What verification do you have?
Okay, go and check their qualification. You mean you will not favor his fellow Islamic scholars? You will not favor them.
I don't think that
let us see these people that they gave this assignment to. Let us see their qualification. If they are qualified, this thing cannot happen.
But Benjamin has come out to say that there was no ethnic coloration to this whole thing. Yes, he organized a space where he was able to address this concerns.
He's talking to himself.
Because Nigerians called him out and said, "Excuse me, Benjamin, precisely. You need to tell us what transpired, what happened, and how come you guys allowed such mediocrity to take place, and whereby there have been observations about the steady decline in the scores of students in these examinations." He held a space where he was able to address this. Let's briefly listen to him.
We begin to feel that night we couldn't sleep. We begin to feel some feelers that yes, there could be something wrong. And immediately, without even investigating to find out what could have been wrong, we summon all the parties concerned and stakeholders, whoever could come within the shortest possible time, so that we'll sit down together, because we believe that two or three good heads are better than one. And we went through the whole 882 centers, center by center, marking both manual and electronics. And that was how we were able to fish out this thing. And what happened? It was just a case of, let me just situate it in this way, that somebody was supposed to upload something, just like you send an email with your laptop, and you wait to see a sign that, okay, this thing says sent, and then you close your laptop. And the person just sent without waiting for it to deliver, and then he shut down and then left. This person technically is not even a staff of the board.
Esther.
But is a service provider that the board had hired, paid huge sum of money to do what he was supposed to do. I am not supposed to go do it because it's as if one is shifting responsibility. But just to douse the tension that people are feeling that maybe somebody somewhere, a staff or ethnic and all this. It has nothing to do with our ethnic or fault line or any coloration and all this. It's unfortunate. It's something that we never envisage. And when we finish the exam, we look at all the parameters and assume that everything was on board. And the system marked the result, did the normal normalization that we do, and we release the result. We are much more than careful in doing our operation. In fact, if you see, the registrar is somebody that for some of us, we feel as that is even too involving. He's somebody that we want to know who even comes in at the gate. He's involved in every aspect of the board. So the issue of whether competence or carelessness from his own part is not there. It's just that no matter how involving you are, no matter how competent you are, no matter how engaging you are, as long as you cannot do the whole thing alone, certainly somebody somewhere will let you down out of negligence and all this. And I want to believe that even the person that is involved, he didn't do it out of the fact that, okay, let me do this thing. It was just sheer carelessness that he didn't understand the responsibility that was placed on his shoulder. It's unfortunate that this thing happened and a section of the country is involved. And it's unfortunate that at least to some extent, it will begin to cast some this thing on our area of operation. But don't forget that we'll do exam. Somebody just talked about postgraduate college of surgeon, postgraduate college of physicians, CBT. We conduct that exam for them. We conduct exam for postgraduate college of surgeon, Ghana, and all these things. We conduct international examination. We've never had any of such situation. Nobody has ever contested our result. We also have capacity to release result instantly. But when things happen, certainly people, it's just like somebody, they found you with something and things have been missing and you are found with, of course, they will say you are the one that has been stealing all the things that have been missing and stuff like that. And you will not be in a position to begin to defend yourself. You say, it's only this one and all this. And it's because of that that we are apologizing. And we believe that we'll give this candidate the opportunity and they will do their best. Somebody had earlier asked that he checked his result and he saw that it shows something I can't really remember what he said. Some of these candidates, he belongs to a category of candidates that we discovered that they were in a WhatsApp group where somebody was soliciting for payment, that if you pay a certain amount of money, your scores will be inflated and stuff like that. So we went into that group and all candidates that paid money or patronized that particular group harvested their registration number and then we withheld their result. The essence is that if we are bringing up credible Nigerians, whoever wants to patronize frauds, and then he wants his scores, it's not possible to even inflate the scores. But for the fact that you are there and you are thinking of that, it's also a crime in its own sense. So that is why that result was not released and stuff like that. So
Dr. Benjamin, somebody would like to, sorry to cut you short, someone would like to find out, these students that are rewriting, will they be paying for it?
No. They're not paying. Nobody is paying. It's free. And, at the point of registration, you choose your examination time, which is close to where you are. So they will be scheduled for the exam within the areas. We have notified them. First, some of them have started printing notification slip already. And we have also spoken to WAEC. Because somebody had asked elsewhere that why are we so fast about it that we should have given them time and all this. Because the examination bodies, WAEC, NECO, NAPTEP, before the conduct of the exercise, we sit down and then we look at timetable and every agency is given a slot for it to utilize. And we had already taken our own slot. WAEC is writing the exam now. After WAEC, NECO will follow suit and stuff like that. So we had to plead with WAEC to give us this particular space. And we feel that if we begin to stretch this, the tension will be too much for this candidate and all this thing. So that is why we are doing everything humanly possible. We slept in the office yesterday till this morning to ensure that at least this exam takes place so that this candidate will also have a release. And immediately we all this thing will release the result and then adjust the statistics and then also publish it as we have done before.
All right, Barrister Darlington, that was quite an intensive one because based on what happened on the tribal connotation, just like how, the Southeast Caucus is demanding his resignation and saying that there is a deliberate attempt to disenfranchise the Southeasterners educationally. Well, as you can see right now, this is JAM spokesman Dr. Fabian Benjamin. He actually submitted a response regarding the recent JAM exam controversy. So are you saying that what Dr. Fabian Benjamin just said is not convincing enough for you?
It is not. Until he tells me that agent, they are sourced that particular part of the country to take care of the examination. He didn't go far. He only said that it was outsourced to an agent.
Yes.
Who didn't
know what they were doing.
Good. Hold on. I want to know the name of those agents and how qualified they are to take care of such an examination. It's important. Yes, let him go the whole hog and tell us. Let us know their names and where they come from and how qualified are they to take care of that type of examination. He heard that part of the conversation. He hid it from us, thinking that we will not find out. Then it is from there we will now say, oh, so how come? You mean these people that the only qualified people that can handle that exam in the Southeast? Why is that conversation not important? And why should it be a lawyer? He has been there now. He has been there for too long.
Should JAMB be scrapped? Should JAMB be scrapped?
In fact, it has to, because our children that went abroad to read, they didn't take JAMB over there.
But they take some form of examination to get qualified, or thesis. They write some kind of thesis
when they come
to get
here,
qualified.
They give them automatic admission from Nigeria here.
You can't say they give them automatic admission.
I said they do.
They are able to deliver their transcripts from the schools they are coming from. That transcript is based on an examination written.
No, I am telling you that they came here. All they needed is your WAEC results, and then what's it called now?
I don't understand. You're saying that Nigerians who studied abroad,
yes,
if they come back here to study in our Nigerian universities, that they don't require any form of educational prerequisite to be tendered to the school?
They only come here with the certificate they get from wherever they went to study abroad. What else do you want from them? To study what again? No, you are talking of professional, but that one is separate too. I'm talking of first year students that come here. You see, when they come, they advertise, and students will go there. Some of them that have qualifications, they are given automatic what's it called?
Admission.
Yes, there. Please, somebody should call and tell me whether I'm lying.
If JAMB is scrapped, what form of examination or testing skills do you think should be done to know if a particular student is qualified to enter a certain institution of their choice?
Esther, when did this JAMB start? JAMB did not start with our universities now. I hope you know.
No.
In the 60s, when UNN was established, I didn't hear JAMB. Most of the first year students that entered UNN, they didn't enter with JAMB. It is after their standard 6. Is that not true? They didn't enter with JAMB. So, and those people, go and check them. They are the top notch when it comes to academic qualification in Nigeria today, because they went through the real educational system. Go and look at their performance that time and now.
Okay,
so this JAMB now had
I wasn't born in your era. My era, we had to go through the whole JAMB procedure. Some
so
of us stayed at home for 2 years, 3 years to get it. And then afterwards, there was another examination that was now made compulsory. So after you're done with JAMB, then you will now write another examination in the school of your choice. If you happen to pass, you now write another examination. If you pass that one, then you can go to the department of your choice.
Good, Esther. These things are waste of time and money. All these things does not say that a student is more intelligent than the other person. No, it is waste of time and money. Allow them, let them go to where they are going. When it is their department, your performance in your department will decide whether you stay in that university or not. That's just simple thing now. Examination is not the true test of knowledge. Wale Soyinka had taught class. Gani had taught class. I'm talking of firebrand in this country. What happened to them? Taught class. You know so many other people who made third class yet. So what are you telling me? Because you pass one exam and the other, and then how about those who got it through Expo? They are even more intelligent, Abi. Esther, some time ago, WAEC said they are going to publish those who sat WAEC through intellectual mercenaries from 1990.
Impersonators.
Good, Esther. Hey. By the time they saw the names, hey, God Almighty. By the time they saw the names, our big men in Nigeria, they refused to publish that name again. Tell me, these are people you worship. These are people you call VIP. They are all in big offices with no certificate at all. What are you telling me? I mean, the ones we have seen is nothing compared to the one we have not seen. I mean, people who have no certificates in high offices in Nigeria today. and you are telling me this and that. Look at how, do you know how many people that have been frustrated by this jump? Frustrated by this jump. Then when they eventually manage to get it, then the university of their choice, they will not give them. All these things have made so many Nigerian students not to even go to school again. They abandoned it and went to other things. Is that not a destruction of destiny? In the name of what? Let university choose their own students. That's how it's done. If it were so, then the Western world wouldn't have moved on in academics. They wouldn't. Go and check. This man they call, what's his name? This guru. Albert Einstein. Esther. The teacher wrote in a paper, when I read the story, the teacher wrote in a paper and told him to give the mother this paper when he gets home. The boy, obediently went home. He didn't open it. He gave it to the mother. You know what the mother read? That this child is unteachable. He's not qualified to even go to school or learn. That was what they wrote. The mother said, my own son, it can never happen. This woman kept this boy in the house. Brought private teachers. Brought private teachers who now pump book into his head. Today, science and technology will not be complete without mentioning Albert Einstein. Gravity, all this is smartphone, everything. The story cannot be complete without mentioning that man's name. That is the destiny that would have been wasted somewhere. I don't know why we don't copy good things. Rather, we celebrate charlatans. Charlatans who don't have anything to offer. So even if you want to perfect, yes, there are some professions you don't need to gamble with. It needed experts, people with IQ, high IQ. You put them there. Esther, in our intelligence agency, this NASD or whatever, when Borofis was there, the man complained that the staff in that particular agency were 70% people who read Islamic studies. He complained that people they brought to him to employ in that agency are people who read Islamic studies, and you were wondering what is their own in that place. Esther, you can imagine. Everything is tainted with religion, tribalism, ethnicity in Nigeria.
It's bad, though.
In
that regard,
you don't know how it hurt me.
In some sectors, they don't look at competency, they look at ethnicity. And the funny thing is, when you look at ethnicity and that person is incompetent, that department will fail.
I'm telling, look, I'm coming. Jonathan wanted to lay a solid foundation for our primary and secondary schools. He now put a policy that all the first class graduates should be employed to build a solid foundation for school. He gave them exam. Esther, after that exam, no single person from the north passed that exam.
You can imagine that.
The people that passed, immediately Buhari came in and saw the list and no Musa is there, no Abdullah is there. He threw it into the trash can and dropped it there. Esther, you can see why we are not moving forward.
No, it's terrible, Barrister Darlington, because
but I am saying
the supposed federal character that is meant to be represented in our constitution is not. No, there is no even representation. That's what I'm talking about. No, the federal character thing that is in the constitution is not even being implemented. When you talk of federal character, it should cut across board in representation in public institutions.
It is implemented in the breach, Esther.
In the what?
Yeah, in the breach. It is in the breach. Federal character means that it must cut across all boards.
Exactly.
All the qualified individuals from Yobe, from Katsina, from and then from Imo.
Exactly.
Qualified.
But it's not happening.
But here, Esther, they collect mediocres to go and stay there. After all, it's our
Professor Darlington, have you gone to maritime? Have you gone to maritime?
Maritime, the at the port, Abi.
At the port, have you gone to maritime there?
You don't need to tell me. Go to custom.
Have you gone to NNPCL?
Go and see what is there. The day they sack people from NNPCL, they are not asked you to look at the names there. What did I tell you that day? Because of those names, nothing will happen. Did I not tell you? Esther, did I not? Have you had the EFCC chasing any of them? Even the member and the Melekiari, he's now cooling down in UK there. He's cooling down in UK. Nobody has mentioned his name. But when I raise the issue here, some people who don't understand what this is doing to our country, they'll be running their mouth. How can you make progress with this type of thing?
Have you gone to NIMASA office?
Are you telling me? That place is exclusive for some people. It's exclusive.
What of CBN? Have you gone to CBN?
When they sack over 1,000 of them, go and see the name that the new man removed from there.
All right, Barrister Darlington.
No, they said I should not. I will mention it.
We will continue. It happens to be that's what's going on in the country. Every public administrator that comes on, for example, the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari had that same tendency. Some Nigerians are complaining that this administration is doing the same. Some people say, no, this administration is not doing the same. This administration is balanced and all whatnot, which has brought up again to the whole political permutation. So let's look at this, Barrister Darlington. So you know that, for example, based on conversations about partnership measures, coalition, yesterday evening, we heard that Peter Obi and Atiku are in talks. Peter Obi one time ticket to be vice, and then after Atiku becomes the president for the first term, then the second term, they would rally around Peter Obi. But we know that any southeast or south or southwest, they only have this 4 years. From 2031, the Northerners will come back on board. They're not even going to shift ground for anybody. As we know, they have this perception that the country belongs to them, and there's this unwritten agreement between the South and the North based on political parties that 8-year term for each of the regions. Well, so as it stands now, for example, a journalist and public affairs analyst, Habib Aruna, downplayed the possibility of the former presidential candidate in the Labour Party, Obi, emerging as a running mate for former Vice President Atiku in 2027. He's not the only person that is saying so. For Aruna, he's saying that Atiku has become a liability in PDP. Now, that's not the only thing. Nana Kazaure, too, she's one of the top spokespersons for the Obidients, all right? She's the director of strategic communication for the Obedient movement. Nana Kazaure, in a statement that was issued today in Abuja, she described the allegation of Peter Obi agreeing to a deal or being in a deal with Atiku as vice for one term, described the allegation as baseless and far-fetched. The statement was based on media reports that circulated, which claimed that Obi had agreed to be Atiku's vice presidential candidate in the new coalition of opposition parties. And so she said that Peter Obi stands for working on collaboration that will end bad governance and that will end hunger, that will end poverty. And she says it is in the imagination of the author that is making this permutation. But Paul Ibe came out to say something else, affirming the supposed coalition or partnership or measure with Atiku. And based on what I read, I think 12 o'clock news, if you had listened to it, where they're thinking of decamping to the ADC. If this measure becomes a reality, not PDP, not Labour Party, but the ADC. So how do you see this? What would you advise in this regard?
Thank you, Esther. You see, in politics, it is give and take.
Okay.
You can never get it all. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have always accused Igbo that we don't know politics. They that know politics, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know where they are today.
No, it's the Igbo. In the case of the Igbos, is bringing in good candidates. That they've always had leadership problem.
We don't.
You sure?
We don't. Seriously,
okay, the likes of Ojus, of Kalu, Ike Madrid, all of those ones. What would you say?
I said we don't.
Why have the good ones not come up?
Fine. Now the good one has come up. We have a P2B which everybody have acknowledged. What happened? No, tell me what happened. Why can't they rally around the same person? The same way they rally around others. What I'm advising P2B now, P2B, go and put your thinking cap. You must work with Atiku. You must.
You're saying something different now.
I said he must work with Atiku because I've checked it. Labour Party is a no-go area. They have nothing there except to be doing propaganda.
But Barrister Darlington, 2 weeks ago, we had a conversation here. You advised Peter Obi to stay in the Labour Party. Because that's what you said.
Yes, listen.
You should stay in the Labour Party and sort things out.
I have told you, things have changed.
Well, how come all of a sudden in 2 weeks things changed?
I said things have changed, yes, because look at it. The Supreme Court have made a ruling that Abure is not a chairman of Labour Party. But up to today, INEC have refused to acknowledge that judgment. What do you want P2B to do? To go and put gun in the head of INEC and say, oh, yeah, remove that man's name there. No, is that what you want? The people that are playing game with Labour Party, they should not take their Labour Party. P2B work with Atiku because one, Atiku have the experience and the PDP have structures. which have been there. Forget about these people running up and down. They all came out from PDP. Yes. If PDP was not good, they wouldn't have been there in the first place. And the Nigerians, I'm sure you go back to history. Nigeria had their golden years under PDP. Nobody can wish that away. Nobody. What we are seeing today, we never saw it in PDP. Don't let them use propaganda to deceive you that PDP is it. PDP is a lie. Who propped up Wike to be doing what he's doing in PDP? Was it not Tinubu? No, tell me. Was it not Tinubu that is supporting him in what he's doing? If Tinubu wanted peace, both in Rivers and PDP, what is he supposed to tell Wike? What is he supposed to tell Wike? He allowed him to be doing what he's doing, and you are telling me that somebody is not playing game somewhere. Eh? No, look at it. You are blaming them. You want them when they now start a rough fight. They say they are hitting up the polity. They are disobeying the president. They want to put down the country, this and that. So, to avoid all these things, P2B work with Atiku. Because let me tell you, the North cannot willingly vote for P2B now. They can't. With the way things are now, the North cannot willingly vote for a P2B now. It's not possible. So if Atiku take the North and P2B take the South, I mean, is that not a done deal? Or tell me what else is in the permutation here? No, if Atiku, which I know, they not want to take it, they will rally around their own. And then P2B, of course, he has this. So what else are you talking about? The governors that are running into APC in the South, they are not the one that will vote in this election. When the chiefs are down, the people know what to do. That's why I've been telling you that let nobody be banking on the fact that everybody is under APC. No, it will collapse. Esther, at the 11th hour, Tinubu will receive the shock of his life, because all those things that he has been doing in the past, people have discovered it. He can no longer deceive Nigerians again. So people are going to do the needful. And it is only when P2B and Atiku come together that this thing is going to work. Because look at the vote they got in the last election. You mean those votes will be thrown away now? Even now, they are going to get more, because they now saw that somebody was cheated in that election. And the person that cheated him, they are not even doing better. So on what ground will Nigerians now vote overwhelmingly for Tinubu? Tell me what?
Well, Barrister Darlington,
on what ground?
I recall on almost 3 different occasions you have advised Peter Obi to stay within the Labour Party. Wait, now calm down. I have heard you. But the thing is, how do you know that if he decides to accept this deal with Atiku, that after Atiku becomes the president for the first term, that they will rally around him? What if the detractors, what if saboteurs? Because you can see what happened within the Labour Party. His close aides, his close friends left, went to join the APC. So what if it's a different narrative that comes after the first 4 years?
You mean after Atiku have taken
after Atiku. That's one, Barrister Darlington. 2, others are now saying Atiku has tried this thing 4 times consecutively. He has failed. Hold on. He has failed. Why can't he just retract himself? Because others have blamed Atiku to be the genesis of the problem within the PDP. Some people feel that it was his greed that allowed the 2023 elections that happened, whereby if he had accepted not to actually tag along, or if the way things were supposed to go, where Iyocho Ayu is not the chairman of the party, it was supposed to be given to a South person or something like that, it wouldn't have the party wouldn't have become what it is now. And he's still vying to become a president. As it stands, the PDP don't want him. They don't want to actually give him that ticket. So obviously he needs to decamp to another political party. Also, he's not based in Nigeria at this moment. He stays in Dubai. People feel that he's more of a liability. The PDP is going to be having their National Executive Committee meeting on May 29, and they are saying they will expel a number of persons that day. Chief Bode George confirmed this. So the thing is this: should Atiku step down, walk and rally around the big wigs, the opposition voices, as you have El Rufai, Atiku, push forward for Peter Obi and maybe Dati, then possibly that possibility would be good for unseating. But if it is to grab power, if it is to grab the power, you think that combination will work?
It will more than work. Because let me tell you, Atiku have an unfinished business.
What's the unfinished business, sir?
From the last election,
yes,
he was the only one that rattled Tinubu.
Are you sure?
I said he was the only one that rattled him. Okay. No other person would have brought those documents. Yes, no other person would have done it. And P2B wouldn't have had the time to go the whole hog to do what Atiku. Yes. So he has an unfinished business. They say he brought the document late. So this time around, he will bring it early. So that we now know what they will say. He will bring it early. So who else will do that? Is it P2B? We don't even know whether Tinubu will be qualified to control this election. We don't even know. Except we convince the court that no, he's not qualified.
How do you mean you don't even know?
Yes, now, because the facts are there.
Well, the mistakes he made the first time would not be the same thing now. And if he's the one that is going to be the one to choose the INEC chair, towards the end of this year, all of those rigmaroles and prerequisites may not be necessarily needed in his case. It may be a different thing.
A different thing. What you are not going to present any.
He may just maybe. Do you know if he has gotten some fresh documents or qualifications now as he's the president?
Then the one he told us before have now indicted him. If you present,
what if he resubmits a different document?
That's what I'm saying. We'll not question the validity.
But it will not make any difference. INEC says submit this.
Hold on. What are going to submit? We are going to scrutinize. Is that not true? So since the last 4 years or 2 years, we never had that Tinubu is attending one lecture or the other, or that you are going to one school or the other. Even if you do that, we are not going to ask you. The one you submitted the first time, where are they? If they are valid, why did you jettison them? You told us you got first class from CSU. Present it now. If you now say it does not matter again, then you lied in the first place. And that's an indictment. You lied. Yes, if you cannot resubmit the same documents again, then you lied. Somebody can go to court against that, and you cannot escape it. You cannot come and submit another new document. So how many qualifications do you have? There are so many things that we are going to interrogate this time around. So that someone will not think that he's more clever than everybody. These are questions that we are going to ask this time around. It is very important. Because you cannot give what you don't have. Nigeria is too big for people without qualification to run. That's why we are going nowhere. You need the wisdom and intelligence to man Nigeria. It's not your family house or whatever. That is why they don't know what to do, because they don't have what it takes. How long can we continue to relying on charlatans and whatever and lies? This time around, we are going to interrogate. That's why I wanted Atiku to contest against Tinubu. Let's see how it will pan out. Whether the North will still accept him.
But Nana Kazaure, their strategic communication person, is saying that none of such talks is underway.
Don't worry.
But Paul Ibe is coming up with something else.
I said, I have told you here. P2B, they have deceived you enough. Labour Party is a no-go area. There is nothing there.
But Nana is saying we want politics that is progressive, standing firmly with the people and serving the great people of Nigeria, not just politics for the sake of grabbing power.
Listen very well. Listen, the people have no say here. Esther.
Which people have no say here?
Nigerian people have no say here, because when it mattered more, these Nigerian people, they did not do what they needed to do.
Barrister, you're confusing me.
Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on. When it comes to this permutation now, the game have changed. I was thinking that with the Supreme Court ruling, Labour Party and INEC will do the needful. Abi? Is that not why I based my argument or my analysis on? Now they have disappointed everybody. What do you want me to do? I should still stick there? No, tell me, I should still wait on them, Abi? Don't you know that this delay is to deceive P2B? INEC is taking a century to interpret the Supreme Court judgment. What did that tell you? At the 11th hour, they will say, okay, we have discovered that yes, it is the Supreme Court ruling says that Abure is not the chairman. Therefore, we have removed his name. Maybe 2 days to the election. So who will now conduct the election in the Labour Party? Though who will do all the things that they need to, the chairman of a party need to do? Who? Can't you get the tricks here? They are playing pranks, and I'm telling people, be ahead of them. Leave that Labour Party for once. Leave it for once. There are other parties you can make your mark. And I'm telling you, if an Igbo man is going to get it, let Atiku do it first. Look, hold on, let me tell you.
But this is the era for the South, not the North.
No, it's not cast on stone.
It's not cast on stone.
No law. All this thing you are doing North and South, there's no law. After all, they said that rotational president, some people shut it down. So that one is gone. We agree. But you see, in your political calculation now, you need to think ahead. There is no way P2B can get it now with the set of things. Because financially, who will finance him? Esther, who will finance him? Remember, One of the reasons why.
But sir, some people feel that if Atiku gets there, he will. If the country has not been milked dry already, that he will make the country dry. That all the monies that he has actually used for his political campaign, he wants to get it back by all means. So because of his, they feel he's been too desperate.
Yes, the other people are not desperate. Please leave that argument. Now let me tell you.
Leave that argument.
Leave it alone.
Are you not looking at integrity in politics? If we want, if we want to change, if we want to change the landscape in the way we practice politics, we want a particular political individual that will create a clean slate to how things have been done in the past. Is that not what you're meant to advocate?
Is that not what I've been advocating?
No, but Barrister, you're saying that forget that thing.
I am not done. Based on what is on ground now. Listen very well.
So you're all after grabbing the power.
When Nicolas Machiavelli wrote a book, The End Justified the Means, what do you think he was talking about? Mention anything that had been gotten straight away. Even God himself, God. When he wanted to deliver the Israelites, who did he choose? A Moses, a very terrible human being, who is even a murderer. God knew that Moses was a murderer. But because he had the character that God was looking for, that was why he said, Moses, you go and do this job for me. You mean nobody was in
Barrister Darlington, Nigerians have gone through leaders that have sucked them dry. You would say just to unseat the president or just to unseat Tinubu, it's better you take an Atiku whom people think would milk the country down. You say it's better as long as it unseats the president.
Esther, please. Atiku and the people in office now who have made each other dry. Esther, what are you talking about? You didn't see what happened in this Lagos, Abi? Atiku and the person you are trying to project, who is better when it comes to character and governance and leadership? Who is better? No, tell me now. Is Atiku breathing down the people, the neck of the governor in Borno State or what? Have you seen Atiku go to government house to decide what will happen or not? Please, people should not be deceived again. Atiku did what?
But you know that Atiku as vice did not have a good relationship with the president then Obasanjo. And on Obasanjo's book, My Watch, he wrote quite a lot about Atiku.
I said leave that thing. You see, when they want to destroy you, they go with propaganda. If not for Atiku, Obasanjo wouldn't have seen second term. Not to talk of dreaming of third term. We all know what happened in this country. Atiku had a good heart. All the PDP governors came round Atiku and said, look, we don't want Obasanjo for second term. You are the person we are looking up to. Obasanjo knelt down and pleaded with Atiku to allow him go, so that after him, Atiku will not follow. Did he not renege? And that is why Atiku have been called all sorts of names. Please, is any of them better than Atiku in corruption and in everything? Is any of them better? Tell me, which of them is better than Atiku when we want to look at corruption index? I don't want Nigerians to be deceived again. Atiku was giving this thing on a platter of gold. But he said for peace to reign and order, for the good heart, we are let Obasanjo go. Esther, is that not a man with a good heart? Tell me. Is that not a man with a good heart?
What if?
And that they are blaming
are
him.
you very certain that this deal will be kept upright? Are you sure that Atiku wouldn't want to go a second term? You know how vice presidential roles are in this part of the world. It's literally redundant and moribund. You can even see some of the northerners complain about the fact that they feel Kashim Shettima is not being relevant. They feel that he's been isolated. He's not given any responsibility. And you're suggesting that a Peter Obi, who joined a political party that was supposedly irrelevant for a very long time and did not need any governor, did not need any whatever. One, he became a third force. That individual was what made that political party relevant in 2020. Is the person you're suggesting to be a vice to Atiku, and you don't think that the supporting base he has now would actually relinquish their support towards him?
No, because listen very well.
Okay.
This our electoral system has been heavily monetized. Have you forgotten that one of the reasons why P2B even lost some polling bullies, about 53,000 of them or so, is there was no money to pay party agents. And when they asked for those polling units or polling booths that they alleged that P2B said he lost, they said, okay, let your agents bring the result. At least they should be present to sign a hand. Nobody was present. Is that not a factor? Tell me. Is that not a factor? Are you telling me that with an Atiku and P2B, no polling units will be there without a party agent in favor of PDP? Is it possible? No, is it possible? You know the answer. So that's what I'm saying. That if this thing is going to succeed financially, because that's what they're going to use against P2B. All this obedient movement, that there's a limit to what they can do now. I'm telling you, heavily monetized election in Nigeria today. If the last election cost 3 trillion, this one may be 6 trillion.
Well, Barrister Darlington, there are different reactions to this. Some people are on your climb or role of thinking that Peter Obi should accept this deal. Some people are saying no. That Peter Obi should not accept this. Some people are saying they rather support Tinubu a second term if Peter Obi decides to run as vice for Atiku. That's what they're saying. Some people are saying, okay, if it is to oust the president, by all means, no matter what happens, it's to oust the president, that Peter Obi should accept to be vice. But if we are having a Peter Obi tell us that he's only going to have any form of coalition or whatever with good governance and not grabbing power, Nana Kazaure has come up to say the same thing. But Paul Ibe is telling us that talks are ongoing, and that we heard about this deal and the possible measure with the ADC or joining the ADC, and you think that this will be a strong one. There will be no issues behind it.
An ADC with the air of fire,
we don't know yet. We don't know yet about El Rufai. It's basically Peter Obi and Atiku.
Hold on, they cannot join ADC when Peter Obi, El Rufai is there. You mean El Rufai will do all the rallying around, all the coordinations, and then leave it for Peter Obi and Atiku to harvest? Is it possible? No, tell me. The people that are telling you that they don't want Peter Obi to join PDP, they will do this. They are the real people. They are the real enemies of Peter Obi. Because in politics, it's a give and take. You must sacrifice something to get something. It's a fact. Those people don't even know the permutations in existence now. They don't know what is going on now. I don't want them to make another mistake and then Tinubu will outwit them, and they start gnashing their teeth at the end of the day. They got to 6 + 8 million votes in the last this in Abi.
Yes.
If you combine that vote with the one they are going to get now because of Tinubu's bad leadership, you think they will not go far? No, tell me, they will not go far. The obedient movement should put on their thinking cap. We are talking of financing an election of this magnitude. Financing an election. You have to be on the ground. You have to outnumber your opponent.
So you're looking at the financial capacity of these two individuals to carry this out.
If not,
that if Peter Obi does not do that, it may be another failure
exactly.
in 2027.
If not, how else? Tell me how with the hardship now.
In 2023, Atiku ran on restructuring, and which a lot of Nigerians were in support. The whole restructuring thing. Do you think that Atiku may be able to pull that?
Why not? With the Peter Obi, the economy will stabilize.
And you're very certain that with this deal, if Atiku does the first full term, that Atiku will actually rally behind Peter Obi. He will sustain that deal. That we will not see some conspiracies and some betrayals and backstabbing.
Listen, whatever agreement, it must be written. It must be on paper.
All right.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then the only thing that will make anybody to succeed, even if you want to rule for 200 years, is good governance. Esther, if these two should come in now, Peter Obi and Atiku should come in now and end insecurity. You heard what he said when Boko Haram started, that Obasanjo called him and he said they should call the service, and what they did. Is that not a fact?
Okay.
So if you replicate the same thing now, what do you think will happen? You mean Nigerians will not celebrate him? We are talking of somebody who give good governance. Forget about age. Atiku has not been going to France or UK for medical checkup. So what are you saying? The man is head.
Barrister Darlington, I would like to get reactions early on today. There are speculations that ambitious commitments by the presidency and the national leadership of the APC includes offering automatic tickets and contracts to individuals jostling to join the ruling party. So they say they've been offering them huge amounts of money and promising that they will get automatic tickets in 2027 or the next time they need to campaign. And that's why we're seeing this gale of defections. Labour Party House of Rep members, most of them have to come to the APC. PDP too is having the same thing. There are promises that more governors will join. Governor Eno of Akwa Ibom has actually come out to say he's supporting Tinubu for his second term categorically. And we are hearing that Peter Mba, though he has been silent with his name being mentioned lately, that there is a tendency that he would also join the All Progressives Congress because he's been quite quiet about the insecurity taking place in Enugu, even if he's been working with some projects, some of his projects that he's been implementing are quite, at admirable, but they feel he's been too quiet and supposedly nonchalant with insecurity in his state. So maybe he's aiming to have a welcoming ambience from the APC, and so there's a tendency he will join. If that is the case, exactly, are we saying that we no longer have politicians who have some fundamental ideals of playing politics the right way in terms of integrity, because they're giving them mouth-watering offers to forget any form of coalition? So those who want to leave the APC to form a coalition, they are actually not allowing them. They're telling them, come and join us, stay with us, and they're giving them monies. Plenty money is being offered.
Oh, good. So with this thing you said now, who is that person that's behind P2B in Labour Party now? Who is that person? With this thing you are saying now, who are those people that are going to support P2B in what he's planning to do on his own? You see why I told you that it's not possible. The game have changed. If in 2023 it was even better. It was better that time. But now, with the type of person in office, you can see what he's doing. This is part of the master strategy that he has, using our money to gamble for his political survival. Is that what you call a political strategy? You can see. You have what the man from Osun State, that lawmaker, how they are collecting a constituency allowance of over 1 billion and 2 billion. These are money that are being spent right, left, and center. Can Obi give any of his supporters 1 billion naira? No, tell me the truth. Can he? You can see what I'm talking about. So, Obi, the game have changed. You have to align with somebody you can work with, who have at least a watcher that can match them. And he has the backing of his people in the north, because the north have said they are no longer with Tinubu.
All right, but what
you need to get that vote.
You saw the meeting in Rome with Peter Obi, Kayode Fayemi, and the president. Well, Peter Obi has come out to clarify certain, narratives that went out there. He said he's not in conflict with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That his emphasis is on focus on advocating for good governance and addressing pressing social issues in Nigeria. This was when he spoke during a public engagement following his return from Rome. Today, Obi responded to the public reactions about a photograph showing him with the president during a recent visit. He said, I and the president are not fighting. I am not fighting anybody. My fight is against bad governance, against hunger, against poverty, against out-of-school children, against people not having health services. And he also decried the low coverage of health insurance in the country. But, Omoyele Sowore went to his ex account to personally again debase and brandish Peter Obi just because of the picture that circulated on social media that Sunday evening in Rome, where the president was shaking Peter Obi as well as Kayode Fayemi. And the Nigerians went around and said, what exactly is wrong with Omoyele Sowore? What precisely is his problem or his contempt towards Peter Obi? So people meet outside and you say you refer to all of them as criminals, just like that. So the thing is, it's becoming a, will I say, consistent process for him, and Peter Obi has not responded. What kind of reaction do you think Sowore wants?
He shouldn't react. He shouldn't react. Respond to.
What kind of attention do you think Sowore wants by constantly attacking your fellow opposition and not just the ideals and policies? You're attacking the personality.
No, I have told you here. The first time Nigeria didn't know whom that Sowore is until I exposed it here, and thank God he has validated all I said. The first time I said it here, that was under pressure. Why you always here? I said, shut up. You don't know what you are saying. If this guy truly had no position, human rights activist, he should be aligning with the fellow activists. He should be showing that, yes, he supports what they are doing. But look at him. Every time, P2B. That means he has been paid to continuously demarket P2B. Continuously. And you are telling me you are an activist. I asked him here, P2B has been a governor 2 times in Anambra. You, Sowore, go and contest election in your Ondo state and win chairmanship of a local government. Then I will take you serious. That was my challenge to him. Instead of him to do that, he's gallivanting all over the place, attacking P2B so that he will not be in the good book of his paymasters. Why do you think he's always P2B? It's like there is a project P2B. If you want to please Tinubu, attack P2B. If you want to be in the good book of Tinubu, attack P2B. That is the project now. And you are telling me that I should sit down here and say, which human rights activist?
He went on Twitter and wrote, the Barabbas Coalition General Meeting in Rome Bola Ahmed Tinubu at official bat meets his younger partners in crime at Peter Obi,
Can you
with
imagine?
Obi grinning from ear to ear, and at K Fire Me, they can only deceive the foolish and unwary.
Can you imagine?
And if you look at the biblical context of Barabbas, it's found in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, whereby you had Pontius Pilate offering the crowd a choice between releasing Jesus or Barabbas. It's an Aramaic name meaning son of the father or son of Abba. So that's why he called them their sons of the president. They have the same attributes, they have the same characteristics. Nothing distinguishes them, just like all of them in the same bucket.
In fact, I told you here, Peter Obi doesn't have a spokesperson. This would have been a very good opportunity to equally dress Sowore in his real clothes. I'm not joking. Yes, since he knows how to run his mouth, somebody should have put him where he belongs. Look at what he's saying. So you want Peter Obi to go to Rome, and when he sees the president, he will slap him. Then they will say, look at him, somebody who wants to rule Nigeria. He's even carrying malice from Nigeria to Rome. Can you just imagine? They shook hands. Did Peter Obi say anything that will suggest that he wants to join APC, or that is now in the good book of...
Peter Obi just said that he and the president are not fighting. They don't have any whatever issue between each other. They're basically just people with different ideals.
What he said is not even necessary. Just extending pleasantries and walk on. They didn't talk of Fayemi, who was there. It is only Peter Obi. You can imagine. You can imagine Sowore. He didn't say anything about Fayemi or Kayode Fayemi, who was there, and other people. It was only Peter Obi. And you are telling me that this man meant well. I have challenged him here. Which political battle has he won? Which political battle has he won? Peter Obi has won severally. In fact, this off-cycle election, it was Peter Obi that started it in Anambra. He went to court 2 times and they restarted him. Sowore, how many have you won? Every time you're talking as if you know better than every other person. Your lies and deceit are being exposed on daily basis because of what you are doing. I told you here.
But you know that Peter Obi has a spokesperson, Dr. Moses Paul.
No,
do you think he's not active enough?
Seriously, he's not talking.
He's too gentlemanly, too quiet.
Even gentleman, I didn't see it in him. He's not talking. Seriously. That's why I told you that the permutation have changed. All the things that PDP allowed APC to do and to gain power, they have thrown it overboard. They have thrown it overboard.
Well,
and now nobody's talking to them.
Let's see how things go. But in the meantime, the administration should focus on governance and security rather than being concentrating on 2027. It seems to be the focus. There's a sense of disparity when it comes to the administration focusing on securing the lives and property of Nigerians. Insecurity has become a daily brazen occurrence. It's terrible, Barrister Darlington, and it's heart-rending to see people die needlessly because of either political whatever. Maybe they think they're just collateral damage in the grand scheme of things for certain persons to achieve their own selfish interests. It's bad, Barrister Darlington, and the administration needs to focus on that. Politics is still on, but you will not have a 2027 if you don't have a country to govern.
Who told you that?
Oh, really?
Who told you that?
Okay.
Esther, let me tell you, maybe you have forgotten history. When the 3 musketeers that spearheaded our independence, Sardauna, Azikiwe, and Awolowo, go and check. Sardauna was talking of northern region. Awolowo was talking of the southwest. And they did well in all this region. It was only the Igbo man, Azikiwe, who was talking of Zik of Africa. Esther, Zik left his people and was talking of Zik of Africa, trying to unite Nigeria, trying to do whatever. While his contemporaries were busy elevating their regions. Look at what Awolowo did for the southwest here with their cocoa business. Look at what they did in the north with the Granite Pyramid. Ask Zik, what are those things you built for the southeast when you were the Governor General of Nigeria? What did you do? Nothing. You were thinking of united the people that cannot be united. Africa, for that matter. At the end of the day, what happened? Nnamdi Azikiwe didn't get Zik of Africa. He didn't get Zik of Nigeria, and he didn't get Zik of Igbo man. So who lost here? With all our contributions, with all our vibrancy, our due diligence, and our industry, What did we get? Esther. You have not answered that question. So don't you see that what is going on now? Eh? That is, can't you see it? You want the Igbo man to continue to make the same mistake, thinking that he's more Nigerian than the rest of other Nigerians. Yet you will not be accepted.
That's
why I'm telling you that the game has changed. It has changed.
If a Peter Obi becomes a president, he's not going to be a president of only the Igbo extraction.
Yes,
he's going to be a president of all ethnic groups, 774, or even more than 774 ethnic groups. So I don't like you sidelining it to seem like.
Hold on, I gave you history here. Please wait. Hold on. Let him become the president first. Let him become the president first.
Barrister Darrington.
When we get to the bridge, we think of crossing it.
That you are being tribalistic.
Oh, please, Esther, I have told you, don't go there.
I'm just saying.
So these other people that started it now. No, hold on.
Are you going to be like the rest? Are you going to be like every other person?
Don't tell me that.
You're supposed to set a different path.
Please, hold on.
You're supposed to be different.
Let him become the president first. So that we don't talk of how he run it.
All right, Barrister
So you want
Darrington.
him to appoint his enemies, so that one day they will put something on his chair, and he will not stand up.
08036929933, 08036929933. That's the number to call. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756338, 0817-1756338. That is the number to call, or rather send your messages to. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, Muyi from New York. Okay,
right,
I'm saying hello to the barrister.
All right.
You see, Hester, two things. Barrister said the JAMB registrar Oloyede gave money to his Islamic friends to do stuff for him against the people, the students from the south. I mean, you allowed him to say that.
No,
okay.
I debunked him. I told him that what proof does he have for that?
Then
I actually questioned that. So if you were following the conversation, I actually questioned where he got that proof from.
Let me finish so that when I off the phone, I can listen to you from radio. Okay, you know, then he's saying that Obi should join Atiku. You remember what I told you? I told him that Atiku, Obi is not the Messiah. So look at what he's saying. Said that Obi should join Atiku, and so when Obi join Atiku, all those criminals, Bukola Saraki, Dimeji Bank, all of them will come back to be the minister. And he believed that Nigeria will be better off than now. Remember, Remember this same Obi sworn not to leave APGA. He said he never leave APGA. He left APGA, he left PDP, then he should go back. You see, look at what he said.
Please, Esther, let me answer him. You see, these are the propaganda, the blackmail they use against you. These other people that have done it severally and brought Nigeria where it is today, he has not mentioned their name. Buhari that started this ethnic jingoism, nobody has mentioned his name. Nobody. Tinubu that continued on that particular trajectory, nobody is calling his name. You want Obi to come and become a good boy all of a sudden, Abi, so that you will not say yes, he's a good man.
A good man.
Talk to these people first.
Turn down the volume of your radio,
talk
please.
to these people first.
Hello, what's your name?
Talk to him. He left.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
He left Abga. He's there.
What's your name, sir? What's your name?
Yes, please.
What's your name, sir? Tell us your name.
Yes.
My name is Shola.
Your name is Shola. Location Shola.
And I'm calling from Ogbeda.
Ogbeda, all right, Shola, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, by Sakari, please be calming down. Please. Then today, I will say of recent, I've not been aligning with Barrister Darlington's
Oh, now why?
When you are calling on WhatsApp, make sure say you get network. Don't be calling on WhatsApp because you can be disappointed.
Esther,
yes,
please, that man that come from abroad, the show that he loves so much, he's not even talking about his character, his behavior. No, he didn't mention that.
Hello, good evening.
He didn't mention that.
Please, what's your name?
It's Peter Obi.
Good evening. What's your name, please?
My name is Mr. Chubike.
Mr. Chubike. Where are you calling us from, sir?
Yeah. Calling from Lagos.
All right, Mr. Chubike, please go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to say is that if you see what is going on in this country, you will see that these people, these politicians, they don't even care about the Nigerians at all. all they care is about their pocket. And if you watch from 1970 something to now, you see the same people, the same criminal, the same people. Buhari was former president before. He came back. Obasanjo the same thing. They are still the same people who still ruling Nigeria today. This country can never be better. Except Nigerians will come together and put them together and remove these people. Take them away from this country entirely so that this country will be okay. For me, B2B is too gentle to rule Nigeria. We need someone who is really serious and know what he's doing.
You're saying Peter B is not serious and he doesn't know what he's doing?
He's too gentle to rule Nigeria.
No, he knows what he's doing, but he's too cool.
Oh, God Almighty. Yes.
These people need a hard, someone that is really harder than them. Like someone who can take Tinubu down, because Tinubu is a really mafia. So you can take that man down. Tinubu is only somebody you just come over and take him out of the boat like that.
All right, okay.
Someone who is not on boat.
Okay.
And you won election, and you want him like now that he's like Tinubu is on power, and you want to come and remove him. It's not possible.
So we understand.
I said Atiku with P2B coming together does not make any sense because Atiku himself is a criminal.
You say Barrister Darlington.
No, let him finish now. Let him finish. I'll answer him.
Okay, thank you very much for calling.
You see the
Darlington.
You see the contradiction.
It was
I have asked you here. If you compare Atiku and Tinubu, please, character, morally, everything, who is better here? Is it not obvious who is better?
Turn down the volume of your radio. Good evening. Turn down now. Abba. You guys don't be doing this. You have cut your call now. You were calling. Turn down the volume of your radio.
If P2B and Atiku cannot come together, who would they come together?
Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name?
Who will come together?
Thank you very much, Mrs. I have forgotten your name. I agree with Mr. Darlington. My name is Malam Bello Usman. I am calling from Kidimu.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Bello Usman. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Mr. Darlington, I agree with you. May God Almighty continue to bless you and give you more wisdom and knowledge the way you are enlightening us in this very particular radio station.
Amen.
Let's be honest to ourselves. This country belongs to every one of us. I have once apologized to you, Mr. Darlington, before because I was one of the supporters of this current government. But I don't support this government because of the sentimental issue, whether I am out there or not. I think we contested for 2023 election, but I supported Tinubu thinking that he's going to give Nigeria a good leadership. But what we are seeing today in Nigeria is as if we are in prison.
Oh.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
So, and if Obi and Atiku unite together before 2023 election, there's no how INEC will manipulate.
It's not possible.
Election. It is not possible.
Exactly.
Because if Atiku and Obi work together in 2027 by the grace of God, come 2027 before Monday, if the election will be announced on Monday, before 12 o'clock, by the grace of God, 12 o'clock the next day on Monday, Nigeria will tell Tinubu and APC bye-bye to Jati by the grace of God. But if Atiku work different, Obi work different in 2027,
exactly.
we likely crush them. But let's work together, let's send these people,
exactly.
Let's send them to their knees. Thank you very much, and God Almighty continue to bless your station.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling.
Esther, look at it. Look at it very well.
Hello. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther. Esther Wachuku.
How are you, sir?
Good evening. I'm good. Baptist calling from Egweda.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Barrister Darlington, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, so, Esther.
Sir?
You can see how some Nigerians, they are supporting bad things.
I'm telling you.
Look at what people are saying. Barrister Darlington was analyzing everything, and they are telling him that so Obi is not a human being. He cannot rule Nigeria.
He cannot.
Look at how people behave this way.
They cannot.
Imagine. So Obi is not a human being because he's not aggressive.
Yeah, he doesn't have talks and all that. Yes.
He doesn't. Oh God! Oh my God! I don't know how some people, for all this suffering these people are putting the whole Nigeria is into,
exactly.
And people are still supporting this type of evil.
That's what they want us to
do. What are we talking?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry for many Nigerians. I don't know whether these people they are calling, whether they are politicians, whether they belong to APC.
My dear, don't bother yourself. They have been paid. You will not know. It is at the end of, did you believe that such a thing can be happening now where people are being promised a huge source of money to support APC? Did you believe? They have paid them all over the place. In fact, it will go to the market. It will go to the churches. It will go to everywhere now. They'll be paying them money, cash. Support APC. Don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right, thank you for calling. All right,
so
080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933.
Does Obi have that kind of money to be buying people? Does he have it? So at the end of the day, they say, you see, two people have played them.
Hello, good evening. How are
Obi
you?
doesn't know politics.
Hello.
Fine. Yes,
Obi doesn't know
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
My name is Christopher, aka MC Ogboski Omona in chat.
Oh, shit. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, though. Your name,
No mind those people there. Obi face show, his cloth white, his shoe shine.
Oh, God.
When they don't say Obi no good, they may go like a part of the canal, may they go back for one side.
Abi?
All right.
And they come, yes, and they come from my jiggle, may they like a part of the canal.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
How they talk with you, I don't know. If Atiku and Obi match together, my brother,
Yes, it's a done deal.
So you're supporting that measure.
Yes.
Yes, because we go park, they go park for APC, we wait for them.
Abi?
Okay. All right.
They have been
Hello.
paid
Good
to
evening.
make
How
sure
are
that
you?
The coalition doesn't work.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes.
How are
Good
you?
evening. I'm fine, sir. What's your name, sir? Hello.
All
All right, sir. What's your location, sir, please?
Germany, Abi. Be Ndewo. Get to Denmark not today. When I don't go sleep by now. We see there, yeah, they Are you serious?
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
I'm no Abi, and there's no insecurity.
Hello, sir. Your national radio. Can you kindly switch to English so we can all get carried along? Thank you.
Keep the job going. You are doing the right job.
Thank
All right.
you, my brother.
Thank you for calling 080-3692-9933. All right.
Esther.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How are you?
We know if you talk for Igbo sometimes.
Hello, sir. Hello.
This is Kano.
Kalu, what's your location, sir?
Ogun State.
All right, Kalu, turn down the volume of your radio, okay?
I have done so. I have done that.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
My elbow dimension.
All right.
You see, let me tell you something. A particular problem has been a problem to this country. Now, from time. You will see what happened to Nandi Atiku when Nandi Atiku won the election in 1951. When South Western House Assembly, how he was turned down.
Abi?
That was when Atiku remember home. I was doing.
Yes.
These people have been applying what we call destructive propaganda against people.
Exactly.
And they can have with us. What is there any parameter between Sowore and Obi of this world?
I wonder, my brother. I'm under. In age, everything.
So please, what God, any man that God has destined to make it to this life, nobody can stop him.
Abi?
All right. Thank you
This
for
Obi
calling.
has been destined, excuse me, before you cut me off. This Obi has been destined to rule this country. He was robbed
Yes.
in 2023. The whole world knows, and the God of heaven knows he was robbed in that election. So we are out for him in 2027.
Yes.
And all these ones are coming on here to criticize him. They have been paid at the APC.
All right. Thank you for calling. All right. We sincerely do appreciate your input. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Esther.
Mark Modest. I hope this time around
Yeah.
your network will stay on.
Sorry, I was just entering the house. I didn't want to say much. The only thing I want to ask Mr. Darrentry, after I drop, I wanted to answer the question. Number one is that, is it too late to register a political party? That's number one. Secondly, I disagree with him saying, no matter how much I love Mr. Darrentry, I disagree with him
for saying Obi should go under Atiku. No. The only thing I would advise, Obi should go and look for Al-Mustafa. Al-Mustafa. You should go and look for him, no matter where, whatever you call. Even for me to contribute, for him to yeah, for him to go as a vice. Obi should not go to Atiku. Obi will lose fully, as because they will do this. I don't believe in that one. That's all I want to say. Okay. I don't believe in Obi should go on his own. He will not go to as a vice. Because a lot of comments, a lot of organizations we are in, I see a lot of as I'm talking to you, that if Obi want to register a new party like this, maybe Obidient party or whatever, we are ready to even fund the party, no matter even if I don't have money to take care of politics.
All right, Mark Modest, thank you so much. Hello, good evening. How are you?
You asked a question, Esther.
My name is Baba. I'm calling from Ibafo.
All right, from Ibafo. All right, go ahead, sir.
Barrister Darlington, good evening, sir. In fact, I Almighty Allah will continue to bless you.
Amen.
And the same thing with Madam Esther.
Thank you.
I like the way the man is spoken because he talks truth. So many people, they don't understand what is going on around.
They don't.
That's
They
why
don't.
I
They
condemn.
don't.
The reason Mr. Barrister Darlington is talking about this. So, who corrupts fast? Tinubu and Atiku.
I wonder.
Tinubu is a big corruption in Nigeria. It's a thing for all this thing. So, and Atiku better than Tinubu now.
Yes, now.
And, this time around, this politicians in Nigeria now, Atiku can spend the money where you see overthrow Tinubu 2027 with Peter Obi. Only Peter Obi cannot do it.
Okay.
But Peter Obi is a good man, but the only thing is that Nigerian politics this time around is already past Peter Obi because he's not have a lot of money to spend to contest. So that's the thing. But Atiku have the money, and Atiku, if because of the corruption and not the corruption, Atiku is better than Tinubu. And Atiku will change this country very well.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Understand what is going on.
Thank you. Barrister Darlington, do you know that in 2023, secondary school students donated their pocket money for Peter Obi?
At the end of the day, what happened?
No, I'm just saying that if it is about finance, with the kind of love and support he has.
Esther, please, don't go there.
I'm just saying.
As you know, what you're saying does not add up here. Things have changed.
Okay, sir.
Things have changed.
Calm down.
As at that time, PDP governors were not jumping into APC.
Hello, sir.
Labour Party was not like this.
Hello.
Things have changed.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name, please?
My name is Dan. I'm calling from Stockholm, Sweden.
You're calling from where, sir?
From Stockholm, Sweden.
Okay, from Sweden. All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes, today I really respect you a lot because you were able to challenge our so-called barrister, but he refused to give up. Sometimes I'm so disappointed with some Nigerians with all this barrister telling Obi to be a second fiddle to people who don't love Nigeria.
Oh God Almighty!
I remember when this girl was killed. This our sister was in the religious something. I forget that girl's name.
Yeah.
You know what Atiku said? And this is a barrister now also Obi who single-handedly won the election by the people's vote, telling him to go and bow down for Atiku just because of power.
Bow down.
It's a shame, man. This is the worst day of my life.
It's not the worst day of your life. You can't say that. People differ in opinion. All right, thank you very much for calling.
Allow me to answer
okay, so sorry. Answer the question
now,
as briefly as possible.
As it is today, it is too late to register any political party because INEC will not even allow you to exist.
But are you certain about that?
I said they will.
By November, December, INEC will release guidelines, so you cannot be certain about that.
Hold on, Esther. Ordinary Supreme Court judgment, INEC is finding it difficult to obey it. Is it for you to register a political party that will challenge the APC that they will allow? Are you not thinking here? That is a no-go area. Let us make use of what we have here. I told you, Niccolo Machiavelli wrote a book, The End Justifies the Means. And I gave you the example of Moses and God.
So you're saying now that it doesn't matter whatever attributes Atiku has, whatever antecedents, the whole thing is about just to unseat the president. That should be the ultimatum.
As far as I'm concerned, Atiku is 100%.
But Peter Obi said he's not about grabbing power. He's all about good governance, ending poverty, ending malnutrition, stopping underrepresentation. He doesn't want tribalism. He doesn't want all of these sentiments. He doesn't want religious rife. He's all about good governance. So if that is the case, how do you think he's going to accept this particular partnership?
Hold on, Esther. Tinubu made more promises than even God.
I'm not talking of Tinubu here. I'm talking about Peter Obi.
That's what he said now. Because
Nana Kazaure has come out to tell you nothing like that is happening.
I said things have changed. That you got, when the music changes, you change your dance step.
Okay, sir.
That's what I'm telling you.
Peter Obi should accept, regardless of the antecedents.
Not accept. He must work with somebody.
He must work with someone as second fiddle. That's what the other person calls. They are supposed.
Okay. And that person must not be a sent from heaven. It must be a human being in this Nigeria. That's what I'm telling you.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
And there is no setting here. There is no setting here.
How are you, sir?
There is no setting here.
My sister, you are blessed.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, my brother.
Ben, it's been a long time. You abandoned me, but go ahead. I forgive you.
God forbid. You know they pick my car. I'm telling you, because I know it's not your fault. You are not biased.
All right, go ahead, sir.
What the challenging was mistaking ADC to SDP. So the party they want to move to is ADC.
ADC, yes. No, I said it here. That is ADC. SDP.
Let me tell you, this is the best thing that can happen. Before I was against it, but when I listened to Darlington, the other week, Darlington supported Obi to join Atiku. That is the best thing. This one, Darlington said it again, and there's no point in it. I support it with all my heart.
Yes, because there's no other way.
We just is it the type of person Atiku is? I think Atiku is a listening person.
He's more liberal, yes.
Him, Obi can still do that thing if he wins, if he's the president.
Are you sure that the obedient movement will stay? Wouldn't they be divided?
What would they do?
As we are talking now, they will listen. We cannot win alone now.
I am telling you.
See all the states Atiku control. Atiku control Alabama. Atiku control so many states in the north. Like Ondo, Osho, Oyo. So many states Atiku will win. Do you understand? And you know that PDP is dead now. Labour Party is dead. These people are using federal might to bring them, to suppress them, and there is no way they can never come out of it. Because Supreme Court have just thrown the thing open for them. It's a script. What Supreme Court rule, the judgment they rule was not judgment. It was a script Supreme Court read that make Jesus Apure rise up. Papa, let us say now we have. What type of judgment is that one? What type of judgment is that one? After Supreme Court judgment, somebody they judge against will come and say, it is now that I am the Labour Party chairman.
All right, thank you, Ben.
And the INEC carry their name and put in their website.
Thank you.
Up till now, they have not removed it.
The best thing is this coalition is the very best thing that can happen to this country. Everybody should support it.
All right, thank you very much, Ben. Thank you. You've taken 2 minutes now. You've taken 2 minutes, Ben. No vex, Biko. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. This is Kunle on the line.
Kunle, where's your location, please?
Yes, I'm calling from Ikpaja.
Ikpaja. All right, Kunle, please go ahead.
Yeah. In as much I support what Mr. Darlington is saying, actually, I am a fan of Obi, actually.
Okay.
But I'm looking at it the way that Tinubu is packing all the southern governors to APC, it will now be a vote between north and south. Yeah. So I would have suggested that Atiku should have bring out Tambuwa to support Obi. Okay. I think he's a Fulani guy like him, because it will be a north and southern vote, and it will be very hard. And some of us might not really want to, and the southern people will want to feel that they need the south to complete their 4 years, the 8 years. So my own perspective is, if Atiku can just bring in somebody
instead
to work together with Toby, it will have been much more better.
Right.
And someone like Tambuwa is better off.
Okay,
you understand? That's my own perspective.
Thank you,
Kinley. The issue is here, Esther. There is a particular dog that the hunters use whenever they are going for hunting. Is that not true?
What's the name of the dog?
Hunting dog. They train that dog particularly for hunting. Are you getting what I'm saying? Nobody in PDP, Labour Party, can play that role except Atiku.
Okay.
He's the only hunting dog now who can match Tinubu.
All right.
Wherever he knows him from way back.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
And good evening to my Darlington.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Chike. I'm
Chike.
calling from Papa.
Hi, Chike. It's been a while. How are you?
Fine.
All right, go
I've
ahead.
been in a very far distance, so.
Okay.
First of all, I want to talk about the greetings between Obi and Tinubu.
Mm.
There is something that some of the people who are far from the Catholic doctrines don't understand, and I want to explain it to them. As I was born and brought up in Catholic Church, and I will explain to them exactly some of the things that they don't know.
Go ahead.
The place that Tinubu met Obi is in church, and almost a place where Catholic Church originated from. And in Catholic doctrines, who are receive Holy Communion, you must not have grudges against your enemy, whether your enemy or anybody. You must not keep anything in mind. So there must have been a message that you want to have a greeting with you since he's here. And will be being in that kind of environment, I am very, very sure that he received Holy Communion in that ground. So he must not reject.
So Chike, you're saying that if it was on another ground besides it being a church or the place that Catholicism originated from, that Peter Obi, based on his personality, wouldn't see his president, because whether you like it or not, Tinubu is his president, wouldn't see his president somewhere they converge together and greet him. Because you're saying now that it's because he's in a church, so he had to do that.
I'm coming. I will clarify exactly.
You don't have time. That's why I'm asking this question.
Okay, like Obi have not had that kind of opportunity with him outside that kind of environment, even in Nigeria here. If he had, he will do the same thing.
Exactly. So don't make it seem as if it's because they were in a church. Because they have not had an opportunity to be anywhere together in the same space. That's just it.
It also contributed to exactly what happens that day.
All right, thank you very much.
Let us put it. And finally, I'll say something like this before. If Atiku insists that he will contest, let Obi go for vice. What is very, very important now is to take away power from this man.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
So,
hello, good evening. How are you, please? When you call, there's no time. 2 minutes.
This is Paul from Ebeda.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
My greeting to the barrister.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, I am in full support of what the barrister said. And there is no court in Nigeria that have convicted Atiku of any embezzlement or corruption.
I wonder.
EFCC have never invited him and questioned him for any corruption or embezzlement.
Exactly.
Even when he went to the Supreme Court,
even when he was
won the case.
Even with the SPV.
SPV.
There is no court in Nigeria that have convicted Atiku. He won all the court cases while he was in PDP.
Yes.
EFCC have not invited him. ICPC have not invited him. So if anybody is saying he's corrupt, they should bring a proof. His academic qualifications have been proven to be right.
Exactly.
When he served in the custom, he was not indicted. And again, it was not Atiku that denied Obi 2023 in PDP. It was Wike and the raising of the form of 40 million. I listened to Mr. Peter Obi when he said he cannot use 40 million to purchase a form when Nigerians are hungry.
Exactly.
So it was never Atiku. So if what we remove APC is the combination of Atiku and Obi, I will vote for them.
Yes. Send you 40,000 now, so you can buy gas.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name?
Yes, this is Ola from Surulere.
All right, Ola, please go ahead.
Number one, the Atiku Obi is a dead arrival. The ticket will not work. Number one, the Northerner needs to allow the South to finish their 8 years. Then the Fulani, everybody in the south, we are not going to still go and be allowed Fulani Esme again to continue their what Mr. Darlington has been complaining about under Buhari. So what now change? The Fulani has gone on. So it's Atiku, Yoruba or Igbo man that everything will now change over time. So that is it. Then the second one is the youth that are following Obi. They are following Obi because of youthfulness they see in him, not because of Atiku, who is over 80. So nobody is going to vote over 80 man that is tired.
Are you sure? So the president is how old?
Number 3.
But President Tinubu is how old, sir?
Number 3.
Be straight in this your analysis. What of the president? People that will support him, are they not youth? Is he not? Is he not 80 and above?
Number 3.
Your analysis is not going straight, sir. I need to correct you. What of the president? So the people who will support the president, they are no young people that will support the president.
Let me land.
No, now, sir, you need to correct your hypothesis here, because it's not a fact; it's a hypothesis.
72.
Over
80. Biden was asked to step down because it's over 80.
Esther, let me answer you. Esther.
Okay, sir.
So,
all right.
Number 3.
Wait, let him land.
Let me land because Esther have taken my time.
Okay.
Number 3 is that Atiku as somebody that has been contesting for over long period of time.
And so therefore,
these 4 years that he signed with Obi, he will not obey it. After 4 years, he will do another 4 years. That is 8 years again. So all those gentleman agreements will not work.
Okay.
Everybody knows.
All right.
We have heard.
Thank you very much. This is your last pointer. I can reason it. This is your last point. I can reason it.
Did Obasanjo?
Thank you.
Did Obasanjo honor the agreement he had with Atiku before he contested a second term? He didn't talk of that too. Who have been betraying each other ever since in Nigeria? Who has been betraying? Now, Esther, the Israelites were in Egypt. in Egypt for 430 years before God liberated them. Is that not true? Look at how far. Look at how long. But at the end of the day, what happened?
They were liberated.
Good. It's not how far, but how well.
All right.
You can start something today and overpower that person that have been doing it for 20 years.
Okay.
Then two, listen very well, oh. This age, you see why it's not good to allow evil. When it first started, it become a tradition and culture. In fact, it become the norm.
What of Obi and El Rufai?
I am coming. Listen, this age thing they are using now against Atiku and Tinubu, please, the Atiku age is known from history, from where he worked and all that. He is not hidden his age. How can a Tinubu be 73-year-old? Is that what he celebrated a few months ago? Then the first daughter, Folashade, is now 68 years old.
That means he gave birth when he was 10.
Tell what? 5 years. That man didn't know this, so he didn't know. Because you can imagine people.
All right, very so talented.
You see people.
Let's take reactions.
Because nobody have challenged it.
No, I did challenge it. I did challenge him when he brought up that pointer.
Certificate, 3 different bad days. Three of them.
Okay.
And now they are choosing 73 because it's lower.
Then it's normal. It's Nigerian age. Bring it down. It's football age, rather.
That of the daughter, he didn't remember that he had a 68-year-old daughter. He didn't remember that one. No.
All right, let's
look at Nigerians.
Let's take some WhatsApp messages, or rather some messages. I'm going to start off on YouTube. I may not be able to take all the messages because we have a live appearance coming up soon, okay? So if you're calling me and I don't take your call, please pardon me, all right? It's time for me to read out some messages. On YouTube, I'm going to just take a few. Tochukwu Adele, what's coming is big. Summarily, Olusegun Odushola, Peter Obi should join APC and accept to be Minister of Special Duties.
And they will allow him to work,
Zachariah Fofama, watching from Sierra Leone. Thank you. Good evening. Yes, Professor Oloyede and his immediate predecessor came to capture the results for the Southwest, Tochukwu Adele, and to make monies by tasking the PPOs. Tochukwu, quite a lot of messages here. Okay. Olusegun Odushola says again, the students' vehicle broke down in an area without network and they have been reunited with their families. Okay, thank you very much. I remember I told you about those students that went to write exams and nobody could communicate with them. Okay. So thank you so much, Olusegun Odushola, for that update. God
what
bless
happened
you.
to the exam?
No, he said that their vehicle broke down.
That was
so that was you didn't say it here. Abidin Adeyemo, I don't know what exactly Barrister Darlington wants with tribal sentiments against Yorubas. That's your best friend now. That's your best friend. Abidin, how are you? He's your friend. He loves you so much.
This one
he always responds. Emeka Weke, Isha Koloide is a calm down, Emeka. At Olusegun Odishola, you sound like someone with Columbus says your so-called analyst also displaying ethnic bigotry. What a shame. That is Columbus Unuwanu. Columbus, okay. Admiral Henry Uche, ACIA. God bless our night therapist, Barrister Darlington. Please never mind Nigerian political bloodsuckers. Whether true or not, Peter Obi should never accept running under Atiku. You're already saying, oh, you don't even know the end part of what he wanted to say.
He made a mistake. Because the game has changed. The game has changed.
Oh my God, Barrister.
The game has changed. How did APC become what they are today? Did they not join together?
Uweze says, welcome, Barrister. Abidin Adeyemo, if we have people like Professor Oloyede in our ministries or MDAs, Nigeria will be a better country. Emeka Wike, the contraption Nigeria, Living is Obi, the JAM registrar claiming that they conduct international exams but failing local exams means they planned what happened.
Exactly.
He is defending nothing. Abidin Barrister Darlington's egocentric nature is clear. Given his identity, arguing with him is pointless.
Please,
Abidin, you're a lover. Tochukwu Adele, check the quality of graduates of the Southeast extraction, whether schooled in the Southeast, Southwest, or the rest. They are very competitive and not as half-baked as these ones piecing in or something. Okay, thank you very much for your message. I'm not going to repeat names that have been sending messages. Collins, okay boy, since APC party entered into the power, they have been behaving like bandits. All right, Malaki Ozo, Obi has no focus under Atiku. We said instead of Igbo to rule, Biafra is best option. Okay. Okay, Malaki Ozo, Nigeria is pressuring Peter to know that is why they them never want Peter to have a stronghold in Labour. All right. The same set of persons. I need a new person sending a message so that we can wrap this up. Little mistakes. Without Peter Obi, Labour Party wouldn't have gotten 20 votes. Esther, please, let Barrister Darlington talk. Atiku and PDP has more democracy in them than APC.
Exactly.
Real TV, Atiku should go and sit down. Any coalition without Peter as a flag bearer is better forget it. All right, Obi should work with Atiku and be his vice. This Darlington na better. Tolsin, Ogene, don't be insulting. It's not good. All right. Solution. Okay. Solution for Nigeria's problems is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If not, all right. I think this is all I can take on YouTube. So let me go on to WhatsApp. Good evening, Esther. Atiku Obi presidency, vice presidency is a no-no for me. Instead, Obi should be the presidential candidate and look for his vice elsewhere. This is from Larry. Good evening, Esther. It's such a pity that we cannot organize a glitch-free exam. For God's sake, last Friday, my son was under the scorching sun waiting for an exam that was built to start at 2 p.m. but it didn't commence until 3 p.m. We are not serious in this country with the way we manage our institutions. This is from Larry. All right, all this won't even be an issue if Jan can just be scrapped already. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Olu from Egbeda. Olu, I had to you're for you. Good evening, Oga Darlington, my man of the year. And Esther, in a same country, JAM registrar and the education minister will be sacked or they resign because of this calamity, mass failure of JAM student. This is the same JAM registrar that reduced the JAM score from 250 to 120 because of northern candidates. Also, he changed a written exam to computer-based, which has caused this nightmare in students. And they are saying that students are dull because of social media and they don't read. Now he is shedding crocodile tears. Look at the mental, physical stress that the children and parents went through. Imagine doing exams by 6 a.m. early morning. I'm not surprised this government won't do anything because loyalty for this government is cash and carry. Objection, not much worry. Everybody gets agenda with their mercenary enterprise, square pegs and round holes. From presidency downwards, that is why nothing is working. It's a shame the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. This is Dara from Fagba. Okay, Esther, what Dr. Fabian Benjamin said in his interview made me to believe all that Barrister Darlington has been saying. Oloyede is not the right person for the job. Who's those agents that cause the so-called glitch? Can we know them?
Exactly.
And why only Southeast? Oloyede should honorably resign. He should go, please. I'm Sir Ezilo Mbuku from St. Lloyd Town. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. In fact, Showore can never equate himself with Peter Obi. He has contested as a presidential candidate for about 3 to 4 times. I beg you, Esther, add the total number of votes he has scored since participating. It is not up to 100,000 votes, but only once Peter Obi contested, he saw the difference between both of them. So he's just been jealous of Peter Obi, and Obi would never respond back to him because he knows that Showore was not in his class. So I advise you, Showore, to go and contest as a ward councillor. Let's see if you can win and stop being a parrot because you're belittling yourself with this. You're too much talk. Tony from Okota. Good evening, VOP. Good evening to you too. Thank you very much. Amoyele Showere's criticism of Peter Obi and President Tinubu's handshake seems immature. I advise Obi to ignore Showere's jabs as he has surpassed Showere's level in politics. Also, Obi is currently in a strong position and shouldn't be swayed by others. His Labour Party presidential run in the 2023 election revealed his significant following, which Atiku Abubakar likely wants to leverage on. I think Obi should stand alone and not be influenced by others, but his current silence is concerning. On Ishaq Oloyede, he should have been drafted to pilgrimage, not academic section. Regarding the incident of policemen assaulting that driver, the DPO of the station where he was taken should also face punishment for not acting promptly. Finally, the opposition parties lack the strength to challenge President Tinubu come 2027, partly due to internal saboteurs motivated by personal gain. Mr. Ogumbi from Idimu. Good evening to you. Peter Obi is man enough to know what is good for him to do. What's your name? Okay, thank you very much for your message. Obi and Atiku coalition is just the only panacea to unseat incompetent Tinubu and his APC. The earlier the Obidients agree to this, the brighter the chance of Obi to become president. One of either of Atiku or Obi cannot do it alone. Coalition is the only way. John Mark Innocent in Agbara. All right, JAM was the largest prototype. If you can break the trust in JAM, you can break the entire plan. JAM has spent over 15 years building credibility. Biometric systems, CCTV monitored holes, real-time results, minimal leakage, technical precision. It became proof that CBT works in Nigeria, and even despite our power issues, network gaps, and rural constraints. Good evening, VOP. Barrister Darlington, tonight I need to put it to you that you're sounding too ethnocentric. I'm one of your mandate, but you are not being objective in the whole matter of JAM. First of all, if your stand is to restructure education and admission process, the JAM chairman is not the monster you should kill for that to happen. Speak straight to Nigeria. What should be done? We all know the right channel that the country feels to follow. I put it to you again, sir, that you're only looking for someone you will crucify for your anger. How do you downturn the qualification of Oloyede as the head of JAM, considering him incapable? Do not forget that anyone who studied teaching course could, of course, have been in the education sector. Tell me the difference between someone who studied IRS and one who studied English in university and where they could both function. Mind you, they both took education courses and engaged in teaching. They're both qualified to further research in education management. If you don't believe in sincere effort of Muslims, don't talk about it when you have little or no idea about their piety.
Listen, Esther, I am saying Islamic study. That is his forte.
All right.
Not in a place like JAM where you have English as their core language.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's what I'm saying.
Chidas is here to give us an insight on proper investment so we don't carry Nigeria's matter all through our head. Chidas, welcome. How are you?
Fine, Esther Grievin.
Good evening.
My name is Victor from Kudos Homes Limited, and once again, I want to help us know how to channel our investment. In fact, one of the investment that can stand the test of time here on earth is investing in properties, and that's why I want to be discussing all our property location with everyone out there so that they can start investing wisely. Now, our promo is still on at Kudos Heritage that is located in Omuketu Ekpe. So instead of 2.5 million naira, you can get Kudos Heritage for just 950,000. Now, it's a perfectly dry land. It is free from government acquisition, and every of the document is intact. So instead of 2.5 million, for those of us that have been saying, okay, how am I going to get a plot of land? 2.5, how will I spread the payment? We are saying now you can pay 950,000 to get a plot of land in Kudos Heritage that is located at Omuketu Ekpe. Now, we also have other estates. We have Kudos City. Kudos City is located in Agbowa, Ikorodu, and Kudos City is currently selling for 1.5 million naira per plot. We also have another estate in Omuketu Ekpe that is Kudos Heights. Kudos Heights is currently selling for 4.5 million naira per plot. Now, to participate in this promo, you need to call 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. So if you are out there and you have been thinking, how will I own a plot of land? You can now get a plot of land with as low as 950,000 naira per plot. Now let's go to Delta State, where we have Fairview Estate Phase 2. Now, the Fairview Estate Phase 2 is located in Ibuzo main town, and it's very close to the Asaba International Airport, just 5 minutes away, and it's also close to the first and second Niger Bridge. It's just 10 minutes away. So if you are looking for a place to invest in Delta State, kudos. Fairview Estate Phase 2 is a choice location for you, and Fairview Estate Phase 2 is currently selling for just 2.5 million naira per plot. And we also have Kudos Heights in Ibuzo. Now, Kudos Heights is going for just 1.5 million naira per plot, and we have Kudos Court. Kudos Court is a buy and build estate, and it's also located in Ibuzo, Delta State, and it's going for just 4.5 million naira per plot. Now, like I said, the beautiful thing about all this estate is that they are very close to the Asaba International Airport. So if you are looking for a place that can suit your travel needs, kudos. All of our estates in Ibuzo, they are perfect for you, and it's also close to the first and second Niger Bridge. Now, the phone number to call again is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. So let me remind us again, our promo is still on. So instead of 2.5 million naira, you can now get Kudos Heritage Omuketu Ekpe for 950,000 naira. Now, our inspection days are always on Thursdays and on Saturdays. If you want to go and see our site, it's totally free, absolutely free. And we go on Thursdays and on Saturdays here in Lagos. Then in Delta State, we go for inspection every day, excluding on Sunday. We go Mondays to Saturday, excluding on Sunday. So it's high time for you to start investing. The number again to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. And our office address here in Lagos is at number 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Abule Udu bus stop, Egbeda, Lagos. 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Abule Udu bus stop, Egbeda, Lagos. So start calling us today to own your own plot of land. You can follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. We are at Kudos Homes Limited. So don't forget, the number again to call is 0905 904 7514.
All right, Tudors, thank you so much for that. I sincerely do appreciate you coming on here to give us that insight. Barrister Darlington, your temperature don't come down now. Your temperature never come down, Barrister Darlington.
There are people that did not reply what they said.
Kudos no help soft pedal the whole thing for you.
Esther,
okay, relax.
We are going to tell the chairman to extend this program. There are people that have not replied what they said.
Oh God!
And I will not be happy.
Barrister Darlington, you don't care for me to get home on time. Are you saying the time?
We'll give you escort.
You don't care for my safety?
We'll give you escort. Don't worry. Because I will not be happy if I don't reply them before I go home.
Okay, Barrister, you have your take now.
Yes,
please.
Esther, when they went to Rome, Tinubu's son wanted to shake the Pope, but they refused him access. Is that not true? Is that not worthy of mention? No? Showore did not see that. Nobody is asking why should the Tinubu's son go to Rome to shake the Pope.
There is nothing wrong in him accompanying his father now.
On what ground will he do that? As what? As a minister or what?
Barrister.
I said those who are criticizing P2B, they didn't see that.
Okay.
It didn't make any ruckus. It didn't make any headline. Look at that. But P2B, who will respectfully shake his president in Rome, look at what they're saying about him. Esther, I will never succumb to that blackmail and propaganda. They have used it against us for a long time. And nobody has been talking, especially from Igbo land. That's why they have been doing it. And they think they can do it now to me. No, you have made a very mistake. Go and look for. You can't even try it. Look at what they are saying. We are talking about serious issues here.
Bimbo from Uganda says that you contradict yourself. That Atiku should go and rest, please. That you should be calming down.
Hold on, Esther. If Tinubu had told us the truth about him, would you have contested that election in 2023? Please answer me. The people that are supporting Tinubu should rule forever. If we have known all the things we know about Tinubu before 2023, would they have allowed Tinubu to contest that election? And even if you allowed him, God allowed him to look at what he's doing.
Don't you think Peter Obi and Atiku ticket has trust hurdles? There's a trust hurdles.
Leave that thing. After all, what's his name? Saul confronted God on the way to Damascus, and he became St. Paul, and he became the greatest apostle of Christ. People can change. In fact, Tinubu have made people to change. They now realize that yes, so they need somebody to rescue Nigeria. And he did Atiku Obi ticket, whether they like it or not. Because how can Obi get vote in the north? How can he do that without a northerner at the head now? How can he do that? Already the north are angry. Why do you think Tinubu is concentrating on the southern people here to join his APC? He can't go to the north and do that now. That place is closed. So how can Obi get a vote there without somebody from the north being there to pilot their affairs? So they cannot deceive us again. All this Atiku is that is the Tinubu better than Atiku in any way? Is the Tinubu better than Atiku? Let us even interrogate it. Is Tinubu better than Atiku? You are telling us all sorts of things. You forgot that this Atiku was there. They were there in PDP with Obasanjo, and you saw how this country made progress.
So Barrister, now your stance now is that Nigerians, regardless of their disparity or trust issues about the merger or the combo, they should consider it. The idea is wait now. The idea is to ensure that this administration is unseated, regardless of how anybody thinks of Atiku, so long as it would make them win. Is that it?
Hold on, Esther. With the setup now, with this one that Tinubu is using money. Please, I am asking, this is very important.
Okay.
Does Obi have the money to throw around? Are you not getting it?
So Atiku has the money
to win the heart of Nigerians. That's all. Nothing else. Does Obi have it? Can Obi spread money all over the place from the southeast to the south to the north? Can Obi do that? Those people answer me. Obedient, answer me.
Well,
can you contribute only even 1 trillion naira for Obi? Can you do that?
Well,
so what are you saying?
There's a lot that needs to take place in that regard. Some people are for it, some people are against it. But the important thing is that any candidate that wants to emerge right now needs to elicit a sense of level of trust and should have the capacity to convince Nigerians that they will sanitize the system from what we know it as. We need to improve. We need to progress. We cannot continue to retrogress and have leaders that would not actually have the interests of Nigerians as their priority. They campaign on something else, and then when they get to power, they do something else. The whole idea is about good governance, regardless of your ethnicity or religious affiliation or whatever it is you have as your orientation, so long as you have the Nigerian people at the core of whatever it is your mandate is upon. My name is Esther Wachku, 6 minutes gone past of 9 o'clock. Please, I beg me, could no so charge me. I know say time don't go. Barrister Darlington.
We still have more time.
No, Barrister, we don't have time.
There are some answered issues.
Barrister Darlington, biko. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Have yourself an amazing evening. Bye for now and see you tomorrow.
Okay, you pleaded.